What's going on, everyone? This is Captain Draith, and this is this monthly meeting for the people in the U.S. and surrounding areas. A lot's been going on this past month, as you can all probably tell. Specifically with new exchange and socials and you name it. There's just ridiculous amount of stuff to cover. So let's see. First things first. Obviously, as everyone knows, we've been listed on Changely towards the beginning of last month, and that was a big deal because that's one of the larger exchanges for us to list on. So, for example, I believe CoinEx is the largest exchange we're currently on, but I believe Changely Pro is almost equivalent to that. Now, the thing that Changely brings along with it is the swap service, which is huge for us, because swap services are a very big deal in crypto because it makes it easier for newer people to actually trade without having to log onto an exchange, throw their crypto in there, throw in a limit order, buy or sell, wait for it to fill, all that other stuff. It's just bing, bang, bang, you're done, So that was a really, really positive thing to happen. Now, there was a hiccup on their end that had nothing to do with us, had to do with their site and stuff like that. I'll just skip the details, but essentially, toward the end of that week, we got listed and a good amount of volume was on there. So that was really, really pleasing to see. Now, one of the biggest things, in my opinion, to come from all of last month was the influx of users. And the amount of users that were brand new to crypto was a massive, massive amount. I mean, me and the team have gotten tons of messages from people saying that they're new to crypto and they're not sure how to do this. And they're asking us questions, which, we're all super happy to answer and help them out because, that's what should happen. You should be able to, contact somebody from the team and just ask them a question, and especially if you're new, because that's what helps bring adoption. That's what helps bring the adoption to crypto in general. It's just, helping out the newer people. I mean, for example, with me, I started back in 2016, no help whatsoever. Just kind of digging through information, things like that, and I didn't really have anybody to ask or talk to because there was not one singular project that drew me in, as you would say. So if I had somebody to ask questions to directly and just be a part of a community where it was just super helpful, like this community is, it would have been so much easier for me to get on board with crypto and and get used to it. So that's one of the things that I'm really happy to see, especially with the team and the community here, is people helping each other out, which is outstanding to see. Now, along with the massive influx from users into the project, as you can probably tell, our socials just blew off the roofs. So, Tim, do you want to talk about the socials?
Yes, thank you, Dreth. Hi, everybody. So basically, in the month of April, our social media presence increased radically. We have gone from like around 18,000 followers to around 40,000. So we saw an increase of 110%. We also saw the website traffic increase by 1,300% from around 15,000 visits per month to 200,000 visits per month.
Now, what about general chatter as far as you know just chit chat between people within the servers and things like that? I mean, I believe we have some numbers on that, but I mean, you can probably tell that it's just a massive increase in chatter and communication, right?
Everything broke in April. The visits brought
Literally and figuratively.
the visits brought the website down. At some point, I'm not sure if Discord was working properly because of the thousands of people there, going crazy in our community chat. And we've seen 2 to 3 video reviews coming out of YouTube every single day. We have a huge presence suddenly in India, where there's a lot of videos and a lot of comment coming out about Pirate Chain. There's Polish videos. Grewal Satinder did a fantastic initiative where he prepared a simple template where people can explain in very simple words very quickly what Pirate Chain is in their own language. And that sort of has had very big success. We had reviews from some very major influencers on YouTube. And yeah, in general, it has been an incredibly successful month.
And we've even had publications made about us too, from Zero Hedge and Investing.com and several other places that were really surprising because just we've never really had that type of coverage before. And like Tim said about all the videos that are being made and articles being written, it's just a fantastic thing to see after 2.5 years of just digging in the trenches with everybody, team and community alike, just digging together and just trying to build ourselves up to this point, which obviously it's been a huge effort from everybody's part, and to the point where it's getting to the point where it's really hard to manage with the current team. And so that's why we've been onboarding new members and new people like into the deckhand role, like for example Low Fat Milk, who's been a Pirate OG for long time, since I've been here, I believe, and that's a long time. So he's helping out with community support. Then you have people like Paul, who's been helping out with tutorials and things like that, basically helping new users get acclimated to the how things work, and just helping them use the the Pirate Light wallet. We have a video, thanks to him, that's been made about how to create your own wallet and how to transfer funds to and from TradeOgre, and how to protect your keys and stuff like that, and how to download your seed phrase from the Light wallet. And soon we'll be making quite a few more videos on just various wallets that we have and various things that various tutorials on how to use them and how to use exchanges and all that fun stuff. So basically helping out all the new users out. Then you have people like Robert Paulson and Bob Doe, who just joined, and Uplift, and several others that are just helping out when they can, which is amazing to see. And the cool thing is too is that I've been getting so many messages, and even the team has been getting so many messages from people that just want to help out because they believe in the project. And that's something that it's like I mean, the flame never died out, but if it ever dimmed, it would just be reignited, because it's just so amazing to see the support from the community and things like that, because you guys make us what we are today. Granted, we have developers and things like that, but without the support of the community, we wouldn't be here. So so next on the list of things to talk about is the Light wallet. So as a lot of you have probably noticed, the Light wallet went through some changes early last month. Got a visual update along with some speed increases and things like that. Now, one thing to point out is that we did some server maintenance for the past couple of days. I believe it should be up to speed about now, but the key thing is that we had to upgrade our servers specifically because of all the usage that wallet is getting, and it's just a fantastic problem to have, you know. So we upgraded our servers so that's, you know, the connection speed is about 100 times faster, and it's adaptable. So the more people use it, the more it'll expand as well. So there shouldn't be any issues about, you know, any outages or any additional maintenance for quite a while, unless like we're updating and stuff. Yeah. So I believe it's still going under the what is it, the server still syncing up with the current block. So you may not be able to connect just yet, but that's because, you know, like I said, once we redid the server, the whole thing has to catch up to the current block system. So that should be ready sometime soon. Now, next on the list is just the various interviews that have happened during that time period. So I was on the Coin Republic doing an interview about Pirate Chain as well as the BPSAA. That was a really cool interview. They asked some really, really interesting questions and things like that that I haven't really either talked about much or haven't talked about at all, which is really cool. So there's that. There's the interview that I had over at Jeranism with Uncle from Crypto Vigilante Group and several other people that I got to speak for about 30 to 40 minutes, something around there in the beginning. It was a ton of fun. A lot of cool guys on there that were just really interested in crypto and just fun to talk with as well. You know, they had some really good questions and everything, and you know they're solid supporters of us. So, I didn't realize that until not long before being on there that you know they love us over there. So it's fantastic to see that we have, you know, huge supporters in areas that I never even knew that we had. It was great. And another thing was I was on Crypto Rich. Well, it was released a couple days ago, but I had an interview with Crypto Rich and a surprise guest being the newest partner of the BPSAA, which is Apollo, spelled OPOLO. And they're poised to be, I think, the most secure hardware wallet in the space. I had a couple of friends actually use their wallet and with rave reviews and everything like that. And hell, I even ordered one myself because, you know, of all the positive feedback that I've gotten. And on top of that, the cool thing about them being a partner of the BPSAA is that they'll be adding all the members of the BPSAA to that hardware wallet, which includes Pirate. So I'm not sure of the time frame because you know it's going to require some help from our devs to integrate us into that wallet. So maybe several months from now, who knows? But we will be on a hardware wallet for sure this year. And you know, what better wallet than possibly the most secure wallet in the space? You know, so that's some exciting news from that end. Now, another thing that we've noticed for a long time now is that certain exchanges have a hard time maintaining wallets, specifically ours, because ours is different from every other project out there, obviously, because we're zk-SNARKs only, and that's not an easy thing to maintain. So one of the biggest issues that we've seen is the rescanning of wallets as well as address creation. So the thing about that is, with the way the current setup is, you have to, you know, there's only so many addresses you can create at a time, like, you know, on the fly. It's just, you know, it takes a little while to do. On top of that, the rescanning process takes, depending on how many addresses you have, can take days. You know, especially on larger exchanges, like for example, Trade Ogre or you know, CoinEx, things like that. Now, one of the things that I've been asked before was, you know, well, how long will it be till CoinEx, you know, goes out of maintenance for the Pirate wallet? Well, I believe they're currently rescanning, but at the same time, like I said about the zip 212, what that update will do for CoinEx and every other exchange is allow them to do their rescan process, and instead of it taking days, take 10 to 15 minutes. Now, the awesome thing is I had Forge explain it to me in such a way that, I was like, dude, explain it to me like I'm 5. How does this work? And Forge is awesome at that stuff. So he's like, okay, so here's how it works. With the current system, you have, say, for example, 5 different color marbles: red, blue, green, white, and orange, right? Now, if you're trying to rescan the entire wallet that has that many wallets in it, it has to find all the red first, has to find all the blue after that, then has to find all the green after that. So it goes through the entire chain many, 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 many times before it completes its rescan. With the way that the setup is going to be now, is it goes block by block and actually picks out all the addresses that it needs. So, for example, at one block there's a blue marble, so it puts it in the blue basket. Then there's a green marble in the next block, pulls that up, puts that in the green basket, and so forth. It just keeps going through the chain just once, picking out all the addresses. Hence why it takes only 10 to 15 minutes. And so far there's been tests on, I think, up to 100,000 addresses, and some of those addresses have been dusted, meaning like have micro payments made to them, so that this way, we can see how long it actually takes. And tests have been phenomenal so far. I believe we're testing at 1 million addresses now, and I think it's about the same speed as well, about 15 minutes max, compared to days, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's going to be probably ready in the next about week or so, I would say, depending, how the tests go, which, like I said, they've been going great so far. So assuming no setbacks, probably about a week or so, that'll be released to exchanges. And then from that point on, you shouldn't really see any long-term maintenance on any exchange, unless, they just don't know what they're doing. And speaking of exchanges, I've also fielded quite a few questions about GraviX. And the thing about them is that they just lack communication completely. So we've always been there to try to support them and send them messages saying, "Hey, what's going on? How can we help?" And it's just we don't really get much of a response, which is sad. But it's not much we can do because we can't force an exchange to do anything. So when exchanges go down or things like that, that's on the exchange. We can't do anything about that unless they have somebody on the other end to say, "Hey, okay, how do we fix this?" or help us do something. So, like I said, we can't control exchanges. The only thing we can do is assist them however we can with whatever tools are at our disposal. So we can't force them to do anything. Now, one thing I wanted to bring up was the flag competition. I forgot to mention this during the first monthly that we had about 5.5 hours ago. But oh my God, you guys killed it with this flag competition. There was over 170 submissions. Took me hours to put them in collages and things like that, and get all the polls set up for everybody and things like that. I figured I was going to miss maybe one, which I did, so I added that to the end. But aside from that, some of the submissions are absolutely fantastic, guys. The community just killed it with this. So I think there's maybe several days left in the competition. So make sure to go to the flag submissions channel and vote. And keep in mind that you can vote on as many as you want, and there's no limit to how many times you can vote on different ones. So obviously, if you vote on one, you can't vote multiple times on one. But you can vote on however many you want from all the sets that I posted. There's about 12 sets of collages that have A through P or however many there are on there, and you can vote on all the ones that you like. So far, I think there's one of them that's clearly in the lead, which is really, really nice looking one. Very clean and stuff like that. It's actually one of my favorites too. So
I've tipped people for my favorite design, so don't be surprised if you see your designs in our social media very soon.
yeah, and also keep in mind this is not something that we're planning on selling or anything like that. This is just for, you know, basically community camaraderie. On top of that, like Tim said, we'll probably use them for socials and things like that. And the team itself will probably choose one, or will choose one that we like the best as a team, and we may end up using that. Or if there may need to be, some slight modifications, we'll talk to the submitter of it and get with them and get their approval on that stuff, and make a really cool ass flag to represent pirates. So I think that'd be an awesome thing to do. So
Are we allowed to tell people that this is the official flag of the island that we're buying, or not yet?
supposed to keep that a surprise, Tim. Damn it. Yeah, when we go when we go to the Caymans this year, because we're definitely going to be at Pirates Week Festival again. Because last year was kind of suppressed due to all the COVID stuff, but this year we'll be there in full force. Hoping to see some community members there. That would be freaking awesome. I've already been told by several people that they're definitely going if we go. So it'd be really cool to get that flag, get our flag made, and just fly that at the festival. So that'd be pretty sick.
I would say we need flags like this everywhere in the world, and every single festival, every demonstration, or everywhere, somebody needs to fly it.
That would be pretty cool. So another thing that is a touchy topic that I grazed on a little bit in the previous meeting today was moderation. So the biggest thing I can say about that, it's a very fine line to walk. And, we want to make sure that the new people coming in, like, basically feel welcomed in and not alienated in any way, shape, or form. So we ended up creating some rules to go by that we can moderate with that we all agreed upon. I mean, it was basically a unanimous vote that we had as a team that basically this is how we want to moderate the server, because while I understand that people should be able to say what they want to say, at the same time, there shouldn't be any, racist or, homophobic or any type of language like that, or pornography, things like that. Because keep in mind that we are on a Discord server under the terms and conditions of Discord, so we could get booted off if we don't follow those. So I mean, they are pretty lax, but at the same time, we don't want to risk being removed from one of our biggest platform that we have for communication. So like I said, it's a very, very fine line to walk. Low Fat Milk, who's been doing a fantastic job with helping moderate, and the rest of the team just pitching in to help moderate, and even the community, uh, understanding. But I would say 99.9% of the community understanding why we created these rules and things like that. And it's very basic stuff too. So
can I just say very quickly that we are anti-moderation. Nobody in the team likes to moderate. Nobody likes to ban people. Nobody likes to delete messages, and nobody likes to stop anyone from saying whatever they want. But when people get aggressive and abusive to each other, and they post one of the items that Wraith mentioned before, then they put the project at risk. Because if we get banned from those social media channels, it will be very, very difficult for some people to find us in the near future. And that's the whole reason for moderation.
exactly. So But I'll leave it at that. And like I said, pretty much everyone understands it's a very fine line to walk, and we're doing our best to walk that line as carefully as possible. The next thing I wanted to mention was the Pirate Post, which the amazing Wookiee wrote for this month, and it's just, as usual, absolutely fantastic. And I highly encourage you all to go ahead and read it. Essentially, it talks about the project updates, some of the videos that have been produced, as far as the educational series, which is getting started with Pirate Chain and how to use it. Just the different updates, like for example, the mobile wallet is now on the Google Play Store, which I can say that it has currently over 4,000 downloads, I think, something around there. And the key thing is that it's and this is one of the reasons why the BPSA exists. One of the many reasons why it exists is to serve as a backing company for projects that don't have an actual company behind it. Because as you all know, we're a community project. So being a community project, there's certain places that we can't reach unless we have a company behind us. And on top of that, we don't want to have a company behind Pirate Chain. Like we don't want to have that company integrated into Pirate Chain. So that's why there's a separation between the BPSAA and Pirate Chain being a member of the BPSAA. So that being said, using the BPSAA, we can use it as a backing company to get on places like the Apple Store and things like that, to where Pirate Chain couldn't get on without the BPSAA. So that's why you'll see on the Google Play Store that for the author of the Pirate Wallet, it says BPSAA Foundation. So, but yeah, so aside from that, the Pirate Post, has the meeting recording for the monthly update for last month, and as far as events and stuff like that have occurred, like Anacapulco. And speaking of events, we were at the Miami Crypto Expo down in Miami, Florida, in the U.S., which was a huge success. Shout out to Lutz and to Benny for putting that on for us, and for Benny for providing a crap ton of cool stuff, like different things. Like we had a pirate chest there filled with fake gold and all this other cool stuff. They hired a model to dressed in pirate outfit, and tons of cool stuff. So shout out to them. They did an amazing job down there and talked to a bunch of people and onboarded a bunch of people as well. So
it looked so amazing. It looked so slick. The presentation, the props, the model. It was impeccable. The organization there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, for next month and the month after, we'll be attending more events as well. So one of which is PortFest up in New Hampshire in the U.S. So I'll be there for probably a couple days personally to help out. I'll be in the Bitcoin event in Miami to to help out there as well, and hopefully speak. And if everything works out in PortFest, I may be speaking up there too, depending on what the owner of the event is willing to do. And then in July, and that's both of those are in June, I believe. And in July, I'll be in Miami again, going to a minor conference and potentially speaking there on behalf of the BPSAA, which will also include Pirate, because Pirate's a member of the BPSAA. And for those of you who don't know, BPSAA stands for Blockchain Privacy, Security, and Adoption Alliance. So yeah, we'll be doing more events there around the U.S. On top of that, one thing I wanted to bring up too is that if there's events worldwide, obviously there's events worldwide for crypto and things like that, but a lot of those events we can't make, So if you're confident in your knowledge in pirate, or even if you're semi-confident and you want more assistance or you want help learning more so that you can attend these events and promote pirate chain and things like that, feel free to get in touch with me or the team or anybody on the team to basically, fill in the gaps in your knowledge. So if you do attend those events, you can actually feel confident in talking about pirate and understand why it's the most private crypto in existence and why we're growing as much as we are. So, or I should have said, as much as we are. So, but yeah, aside from that, going back to the pirate post, my favorite section in every single pirate post is the last word from the editor. Wookie does an amazing job in expressing his thoughts and opinions on everything. And in this one, he's talking about the anonymity set and stuff. It's a very, very good read. Highly recommend reading the whole thing. So if one of the team members can post that in chat if they haven't already, that'd be awesome so people can check that out. And it'll probably be in the links in the description wherever this is posted, like YouTube, BitTube, and so forth. So. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention before we take some questions and things like that was essentially there is a ton of stuff, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that there is a ton of stuff that's going to be announced probably in the next within 3 months from now. So between, I think, maybe towards the end of this month and then from that point to 3 months after that, we got a lot of stuff potentially that we're going to announce. And I wish I could say more about that, but due to NDAs and all that other fun stuff, there's not much I can really say aside from that. But one thing I can say is that Polarity, I believe within about a month, is getting fiat onboarding services on their exchange. So, and granted, yes, there will be KYC to do onboarding and offboarding. So that's, there's no real way around that. But aside from that, their exchange is still KYC free. So you don't need KYC to even use their exchange. It's just the onboarding and offboarding services. So that's one of the big things that's coming. Oh, and the other thing I can talk about is war. So I know that's always been a hot topic. I can say with 100% confidence that war should be ready by the end of this month or beginning of next month. We have the devs ready. We have the gateway ready to be built. We have all the pieces in place. So as soon as all I'll say is certain events happen, which shouldn't be maybe after next week, all that stuff will begin getting constructed and built, and then audited, and then tested, and then ready to go after that. So be on the lookout for war, probably, like I said, toward the end of this month or beginning of next month. So that's something really, really cool to look forward to. All right, Tim, did I miss anything?
I do not think so. Did we mention the Jeranism interview?
Yep.
Then no. And did we mention the hardware wallet?
Yep, we did.
Cool. Then I think we've covered pretty much everything.
Did you even attend this meeting?
I did.
I'm just messing, man.
I was just measuring numbers and sort of answering some people on socials.
I'm just messing with you. I know. Oh yeah. So thanks, Cax, for reminding me. Armada has been expanding, and for those of you who don't know what the Armada is our directory of stores and services that accept Pirate Chain as a payment. So they've been growing pretty well for the past month or so. So there's quite a few new merchants on there for merchandise and various services and products and things like that. So Cax linked that in the weekly meet chat. So that'll also be in the description when we post when this recording posts. So also speaking about merchants, Cax, if you can link my my tweet about Human Action, because Human Action was actually the first merch store to list Pirate Chain as a payment and actually create Pirate Chain products. So they have shirts, towels, hats, you name it, jackets, all this fun, cool stuff. Do the other tweet, Cax. That's the tweet after that. So essentially, what I'm doing, because I love the store so much, and and Human Action has always been a huge supporter of Pirate, that I'm doing a giveaway for their store. So I'm personally funding it myself. So basically, you take that tweet, you retweet it, you follow Pirate Chain and Human Action, and you're entered to win one piece of Pirate Chain merch. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's a Pirate Chain product, like a hat or the towel or the phone case or the jacket, you name it. Any of that stuff, you win one piece of the merchandise from their store that's Pirate Chain related, and up to 5 people will be chosen too. So I think Human Action is an amazing store. It's glad to see that they're back from their hiatus, and yeah, absolutely love it. So check them out when you guys get a chance, and yeah, get into the competition, and you could win.
Hey, bro, I'm here. Did you need me for anything?
No.
Well, you can
Cool.
tell us for 2 minutes how the Miami crypto experience went.
It was fantastic. It was a very statist project. I think it was all one big government op, really, to investigate what we're doing. But that aside, it was really awesome. I mean, I found somebody. He invested a shit ton of money right in front of me. I educated a whole bunch of people. It was really good. We had props. We did it right, man. It looked really nice. We also did it. We also sponsored a rave that nobody knows about that happened that night, and we moved the whole booth. Man, it was a lot of backbreaking work, but we moved a whole booth into basically a parking lot, and we had guys like spinning fire chains, and it looked like some kung fu. It's really awesome.
Where's the video evidence?
Yeah, we need I want to see spinning fire chains, man.
I posted it. You guys didn't see it. I posted it, man.
I didn't see the fire chain thing.
All right, I'll let me see if I got it on this phone.
We want the rave.
Yeah, well, it was actually kind of sad, man. I mean, it was. I really didn't enjoy it. I mean, half naked women walking around was kind of cool. That was fun to watch.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, dude, they were literally like naked walking around the streets. I was like, holy shit. Thong underwear. I mean, that get arrested for shit like that over here. Yeah, I gotta find these pictures here somewhere.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Just we'll continue on. Started taking questions and stuff like that. When you get a chance, go ahead and throw the fire chain stuff in the weekly meeting chat. That'd be cool to see for people to see and stuff.
Yeah, so we've got Wonka Bars from YouTube. He would like some more detail on WAR and how it will work.
Sure. So the way WAR will work is essentially you'll be sending, if you want to convert your Pirate Chain into WAR, you would send it through a gateway that will be built, and then the receiving address will be your BSC address, your Binance Smart Chain address, right? So once that happens, it's a one-to-one conversion at all times. So if there's, say, 100,000 WAR in circulation over at BSC, there's 100,000 WAR that's taken out of circulation basically stored in a secure gateway that can't be moved. You know what I mean? So it's essentially locked in the gateway. So from that point, you can send it around in BSC. You can trade it. You can do whatever. Now, we'll be listing on PancakeSwap and providing some initial liquidity. Now, to entice people to provide additional liquidity, what will happen is 0.5% of the transfer fees that occur on Binance Smart Chain with WAR. So if you send it to somebody, if you buy, you sell, or whatever, 0.5% will be taken and given towards the liquidity providers. And then another 0.5% will be given to the project to help fund certain initiatives that we're trying to do. So this way we don't have to continually ask the community for donations and things like that. So this way for traders on, on Binance Smart Chain, it's not enough to really make them go, I don't want to use it. So I think a 1% fee total will be in place for trades and stuff like that. So this way it helps out the community and helps the growth of the project while giving people an option on Binance Smart Chain to actually disassociate addresses. And what I mean by that is what you could do is you can buy WAR on BSC, then unwrap it through the gateway to a Z address, then rewrap it to a different BSC address, and now those two BSC addresses won't be linked. So it breaks linkages between addresses. So that's one of the cool features that would be able to that'll have for people that are on BSC that want to trade or shift their funds around without linking wallets together. Any other questions from the socials?
I pinned it in the chat, guys. The video's in the chat, community chat.
Oh, thank you very much, Lutz. Host2Bit is asking if Trade Ogre is illegal and if it will close down or something.
Well, whatever country they're hosted in, I mean, it's legal there. So otherwise they wouldn't be able to operate. Because they've been around for years now, actually. So I don't see it being illegal. It's just like, for example, Polarity, right? Polarity is a DEX, and they don't require KYC, and that's because of the country that they're located in. So for Trade Ogre and things like that, no, I doubt that it's going to be taken down or anything like that. But keep in mind, like we always say, do not keep your funds on an exchange, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Not your keys, not your coins. That's the motto, and that's what everyone should live by. Always keep your funds in your personal wallets unless you're actively trading.
Somebody's asking from Twitch, zk, won't we reach the supply cap post-war?
Wait, say that again?
He's asking if the supply cap will be reached after war is implemented.
Well, WAR doesn't add to the supply cap. WAR is just a one-to-one conversion from the native chain to Binance Smart Chain. It has nothing to do with the supply cap or anything like that. Now, the supply cap should take about 30 years or so for it to get to a point where it's close to being reached. Like, I think in 30 or 40 years, it gets to be like 0.001 R per block or something like that. So, but either way, WAR has nothing to do with the supply cap. I see somebody's question in Pirate Chat says, from Sneed, will we be able to buy the Opalo wallet when it comes out with R? Actually, that's a good question. one of the things that we're going to work on with Apollo is accepting the BPSA currencies as a payment for the wallet, because right now they're on Kickstarter, and once their Kickstarter is done, which should be in the next few days, I believe. I think it ends on the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. After that, they'll start selling it on their website, and that's one of the things that we'll bring up to them, and I guarantee they'll be fine with that too. So. Let's see. Any other questions? Actually, let's while I'm looking for other questions, let's open it up to the floor. If you have any questions that you want to come on and talk about, go ahead and hit the raise your hand button.
Tyro Bay from Facebook is asking, I would like to invest and join the Pirate Chain family, but I have no experience in cryptocurrency. Is there a custom service that can walk me through it?
I know that there's services out there, but you can always ask one of us and we can help you walk through it. I'm always
Tax could help with that. Also, there's services like the Crypto Vigilante, where they teach you how to invest and teach you the different currencies. They have reports on all the currencies. Those are the services you're looking for.
Yeah, but I mean, on top of that, like, if somebody messages me and, granted I have enough time to respond, I mean, I'll always respond if I have time. And if I don't respond right away, I will eventually respond. But if somebody asks me questions about that stuff, I'm more than happy to help. Because the key thing is that, by helping new members of the crypto community get onboarded in crypto in general, it makes everybody stronger. It grows the total amount of people using crypto. We want to make this as fearless as possible for people, because it is very intimidating when you're trying to get into crypto. Because, I mean, hell, when I was talking to a couple of my buddies about a couple months ago, I was getting them on board into Pirate and, a couple other things that were they wanted to get into. It was a pain. It was a major pain to get them onboarded and, help them learn how to use wallets and how to get crypto and all this other stuff. And it was definitely intimidating for them. So having a person actually help them walk through it made their lives a hell of a lot easier and made the experience a lot less painful. So, like I said, if somebody's new and they want to ask me personally a question about how to get into crypto and things like that, I'd be more than happy to help out. So, but keep in mind, I am generally super busy, so don't be afraid to message me. But don't take offense if it takes me a while to respond. So,
Chuck Hightower from Facebook is asking two questions. Any news for Binance US? And the second question is, do you recommend using the wallet for small amounts, or can you leave small amounts on TradeOgre?
Okay, so for the first question, I can neither confirm nor deny anything about Binance. And even if there was something going on with Binance, I couldn't talk about it anyways. So, like I said, don't get your hopes up. But, like I said, either way, I can't talk about that. Due to NDAs and all that other fun stuff that they would probably come at us with, because generally with every exchange, or any service that we get listed on, we're under, tons of NDAs, so to the point where we can't say anything until we can, we can actually announce it. So, in regards to your second question, so the way that I would see that question is, how much am I willing to lose? That's how much R I would leave on an exchange. Reason being is because, like I said, exchanges could pull the rug from under everybody and steal all your funds. Exchanges can just get hacked. Exchanges, there's so many things that can happen when you don't have your own keys to your own wallet. So, for me personally, if I'm going to buy some R, I'm going to send some BTC or USDT to an exchange, pick up some R, withdraw it right away. I don't like taking risks like that and leaving stuff on an exchange unless I'm actively trading, which I don't really do because I tend to lose a lot of money that way. So, but that's another story for another day. So it looks like we have, before we pull any more questions from socials, let's pull somebody. So it looks like we got Voidman with a question. Let's pull him in.
Oh, hello.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Hi. I'm doing very well. Good evening to all of you. I just wanted to ask a very quick question. So I've been seeing that I just recently got into Pirate Coin at the behest of my family. They were kind of introducing me into it, and I got in at 7.19 before it started getting really volatile, before it hit 16, and I'm seeing now that it's been really just up and down, and I've been wondering, is there something going on within the I almost want to say the community that might know a little bit more about, because I'm new to all this and my family's been trying to help me a little bit, but it's interesting to see how it's been like from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, so to speak. I just want to get little insight on that.
Oh, I got you. So first things first, you should have been here when it was like about 2 cents.
Yeah, I definitely should have listened to him.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, regardless of that, like the thing about crypto is everything is volatile. Everything is. You go to almost just about any coin, you can see 10% spikes, you can see 30% dips. It's crazy stuff. Now, in my opinion, as to why, and I don't like commenting on price, neither does any of the team, but the thing that I will say is, when the price shoots up like that to goes from like 50 cents to $16, $17, there's bound to be a correction, right? People taking profits, the price normalizing to where it'll probably hang around to and things like that for a while. So, for people that bought at the top, yeah, it kind of sucks. But, like I said, we focus on the tech and all this other stuff. So we believe that, if you care about the price follows the tech, right? So if you're a trader or things like that, all you really need to look for is developments within the actual project itself. And we got a ton coming out in the next few months. So that's pretty much the extent of what I can really talk about as far as developments. But as far as price, yeah, that's generally how it works. If there's a massive shoot up, you'll generally see a correction at some point. And that's what I believe is happening.
Definitely. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing how things turn out in the next couple of months. Definitely.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for the question, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Cool. All right, let's see. Revolve has a question.
Hello.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Hi. I was just wondering about Binance Smart Chain and War, because I have a significant stack that I would totally provide in liquidity. I'm just interested in knowing if if there are any estimates on providing liquidity gives you divergent losses, and what would be the main coin that we're trying to provide liquidity for, through something like the Binance Smart Chain or PancakeSwap or something like that.
Yeah, so the thing is that the main reason why we're creating War to begin with is exposure, right? So that's one of the biggest things that at this point in time, especially with PancakeSwap doing so much volume, that if we were to list on there, it would garner a lot of attention to the project from a completely separate space. Because when you look at things like DeFi and things like that, they're basically in their own bubble. People who care deeply about DeFi stay in that bubble. So if we can penetrate that bubble and get in there and get exposure from that, that's the main reason why we're there. Now, as far as liquidity goes, I know that divergent loss is a bitch to deal with, especially with massive price fluctuations, and can be a real pain. But to alleviate some of that, that's why we have the 0.5% of any trade or any sending from wallet to wallet or whatever going to the liquidity providers.
You think that volume will be enough? That's basically my question. Do you think the volume of trades will be enough to like alleviate a lot of it? Because that's something that I would want to know as a liquidity provider.
Oh yeah, I think there will be. I mean, realistically, with as much media attention as we've gotten so far, I think that once people start finding out, hey, I can actually trade and pick up some pirate on PancakeSwap, I guarantee that there'll probably be a significant amount of volume. As far as numbers go, I haven't the slightest freaking clue. But I think that with the way that we have it set, we're planning on setting it up, and along with the amount of users that we would anticipate, I think it would be enough volume to satisfy liquidity providers.
That's good. That's all. Thank you.
Cool. Appreciate it, man. All right, and then we have Plasma. Let me pull him on.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on, dude?
Yeah, I have a question regarding network layer privacy. Is there any plan in the future or in the roadmap for wallets, light and full node to have any kind of network layer privacy like Dandelion plus plus or Tor or any other things to give users more network layer privacy apart from protocol layer privacy, which we have Z2Z transactions?
Yeah, I gotcha. I know. I'm pretty sure 7Cs had Tor integrated. Trying to remember if Treasure Chest has that integrated as well. It should, but I got to double check on that. And actually, speaking about Dandelion, we were actually talking about that at the previous meeting earlier today for the other people around the world, and that's something else that we could implement. And the other thing is that we have obviously you may know about Ghost Ship OS, which you can run a VPN on and things like that. But as far as Tor should be integrated, and then Dandelion is something that we're thinking about.
Plans for light wallets and mobile wallets?
That's something that we haven't actually discussed yet, but when it comes to network layer security and stuff like that, I mean that we will eventually implement something to that extent on the mobile wallet and the light wallet itself, because we want to make sure that not only do you have protocol security, but you have network security as well. So that's something that I would imagine that we would come out with sometime in the near future.
Thank you.
Yep, not a problem. All right, Tim, any other questions from socials, things like that?
They're asking, Digital Moth is asking if anybody's going to Porkfest, but I think he doesn't mean the community. He means
the team?
Yes.
The people on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, so
yes, we already have.
Yeah, me, Lutz.
We already have a sponsorship.
Yeah, me, Lutz, Benny, and maybe several other people will be attending. So
Okay, Zitikoi from Twitch is asking, will people who have the older wallet, the Pirate Ocean wallet, need to upgrade to Treasure Chest?
I would recommend it. It's got a bunch of features that'll make your life a lot easier and make the wallet run a lot smoother as well. So while at this point in time, I don't think you need to upgrade, I highly recommend that you do.
And a couple of people are asking if they're allowed to make and sell Pirate Chain merchandise, including, featuring the logo.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We encourage people to create, merchandise, whatever it is, for Pirate Chain and things like that. Because the more stores that accept Pirate as a payment, and things like that, the more we grow. I
So we're not
highly,
going to sue them for copyright infringement?
only if they're nice to it. No, I'm just kidding. No, absolutely not. We won't.
You have to send us a free T-shirt, though. One.
Well, you have to send Jeannie a T-shirt. Oh.
There's another question. Can I import an old wallet.dat file from a gamma in the Treasure Chest wallet?
Yes, you can. Just make sure you make a copy of it before you import it. Because Agama is so old. It also depends on what addresses you had in that wallet. If you're talking about old as in like you had ZC addresses, then no, it's not going to work. If you're talking about after, like you've already migrated to sapling or it's a sapling address that starts with a ZS, then it should work.
I think that's most of it from socials.
Actually, I do see another question based from a response from Jeannie saying, where do you go to donate, and is there a marketing director? So Tim over here is our head of marketing, so you can talk to him about marketing stuff. And then as far as donations go, you can go to our website, pirate.black, and there's a donations button that you can click on and donate to the cause and help us fund whatever initiatives that we're trying to do to further the project. And keep in mind that none of us here get paid. We all do this because we absolutely love the project. We believe in privacy and security, and we do this because we're passionate about it. So we don't get paid, nor do we accept salaries of any sort. So those donations would go directly toward the project itself, unless you tip us, because people like Cax who are answering support questions all day definitely deserve some tips because he works his ass off.
Hey, somebody raised their hand, and then I have something to say after that.
Sure. Let's see. Actually, two people did. Nezio. Actually, all right. So just Nezio looks like. Let me pull them on. Nezio, if you should get a notification that you've been invited to speak. You can click on that, and then you'll be pulled in. No, it looks like he put his hand back down. All right, Robert, you are on, or at least invited to speak. Well, while we're waiting for Robert, go ahead, Wookie.
So I wanted to say a couple of things. First, in addition to your reply about the impermanent loss question, right, about transactions. So most of us, let's say us, when we trade on Uniswap, right, you trade directly your whatever USDT for whatever token you want. It's one direction trade. I don't know. Some of you may have heard of something called Furu combo, and then there are other similar ones also, where where all people do is put together combinations of trades, right? You can go from coin A to coin B to coin C to coin D, and then you can come back to coin A, and basically it just basically does multi-hops all at once. And so you could imagine that if you go from coin A to war, come out of war to coin B to war again, and then you just keep hopping in and out, you just keep breaking your transactions. So that's, I think it's one way where we could see a lot of transactions done with war.
Yeah,
The other
that's
thing,
actually real quick. That's actually a good point because it's going to be transfer fees, so not necessarily volume on BSC will drive a lot of the funds that go toward the liquidity providers, but also doing those transaction breaking transaction transaction linking breakages or whatever, however you want to say it.
then the other thing I just wanted to elaborate on a little bit is so in last month's newsletter, in the last words from the editor section, I did a little bit of research with CHMax's help. I got the entirety of Pirate's blockchain anonymity set right up until it was somewhere in mid-April, and so there was 1.3 million data points from every block, and from that I calculated the change in the size of the anonymity set. So when you think about, they often talk about for the transparent chains, right? And most frequently one talked about is Bitcoin. So when people look at the wallet data, right, number of addresses that are out there, inflows and outflows of funds, number of transactions. So all those things are on a transparent blockchain. People can get lots of data out of it. But with Pirate, as you all know, with no addresses, no public addresses, no public transactions, you can't see everything is all anonymized. So what I thought I did here was to look at the growth of our anonymity set size and the rate of growth of our anonymity set size as an indicator of adoption. And so if you look at a graph in that section, we see that there's an explosion in growth. Really started last fall, around I think it was August, September period. And then, of course, recently we all really took off. And so I'll keep, I can't do this every month because there's a lot of data to crunch through, but probably every quarter, or at least every half a year, I'll put this out again and see, look at just to track the growth of our pirate chain. That's all. Thank you.
Sweet, appreciate it, Wookie. All right, I'll take a couple more questions, then we'll go ahead and start winding this down. Any other questions from social, Tim?
Somebody's asking where the flags are to vote on.
Yeah, so if you go into the Pirate Chain Discord, there's a channel called Pirate Flag Submissions. So you go into that channel, and then you can. Keep in mind, scroll up when you get in there because it puts you at the last message. And the last message even says, make sure to scroll up. So you can scroll through all the submissions and then click on the associated buttons for each individual flag that's been submitted to cast your votes on, which ones you like most. Oh, so quick mithril, I saw your comment. Yes. So basically, what we did with the Light Wallet server is we performed or Mr. Lynch performed a massive upgrade on it. So it basically increased the bandwidth of it by about 100 times, basically. On top of that, it's an adaptive server, so it basically scales based off of demand. So we shouldn't really be seeing, and it's not just one server either; it's multiple. So we shouldn't be having any more issues with the demand for the Light Wallet and things like that in the foreseeable future. Yep, not a problem. All right, one more from socials, Tim. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, one more question from here. Let's see. Trying to see if there's a solid question that we can answer.
I like to say something.
Go ahead.
Hey guys out there, if you want to help the project, or you want to give back a little bit for how much the project's done for you, as I do, you could find any sponsorship out there, and just sponsor it for Pirate. This is a community project, and all of you are in charge. So feel free to sponsor anything you want. And if you want the team's help, contact Draith, contact Dream Team, and they'll assist you. They'll get you the logos, stuff you need to get the job done. So you're not alone in doing it as well. So anybody could work and do some work for Pirate anytime they want and give back a little bit. Everything I do comes, this is my own time. This is my own money I put in, so I'm giving back to Pirate, as Draith is, and the whole team does the same thing. Right. So, if you want to give back, just give back. You don't need permission to do it.
Yeah. Well said, Lutz. And building upon that, the Johns said, I was just curious if there were any marketing initiatives, and now we can help beyond donating, of course. I wrote a post for Leo Finance yesterday, but I wanted to do more. So, like Lutz said, just contact one of us. Specifically for marketing, you can talk to Tim, and he can get you set up and give you ideas and things like that, or whatnot when it comes to marketing and any other ways that you guys can help. Just let us know what your skill sets are or what you're wanting to do, and we'd be more than happy to help you out. So
the game changed for me a little bit, fellas. This past week, the game changed in that we got to take this to the streets. So Pirate, you need to tell all your friends about Pirate, and its best use cases. Correct? So you get my drift. So get it to the streets. Pirate needs to flood the streets now. So with this, marketing to big companies is nice and boots and everything, but the game has changed. We need to market this to us, the people, your neighbors, your family. You need to market it to the people and try to save them. Get them some financial freedom. Get them some security with their finances. So this needs to go to the streets, guys. This is what it is. It's a grassroots project. It's open source. No one's getting paid. It's a huge community. And you need to take this to the streets and tell your friends and make the community bigger. That's how this project wins. This project doesn't win by being like Zcash and trying to get JP Morgan involved. No, that's not what this project is about. If you haven't gotten that yet, you should get that soon.
Yeah, and to add on to what you just said, an additional point to that is, like we can list on Binance tomorrow. That doesn't mean that we're done. We're never done. That's the thing, is that we want to continue pushing this forward. And just because we listed on, say a couple big name exchanges, that doesn't mean anything to us. Yeah, that just gives us, more visibility, sure. However, we still need to continue building. We still need to continue growing the community and, empowering the community to, understand why it's important to have financial privacy and things like that in your life, because it is a major deal that a lot of people still don't realize. So,
and none of this that I say is financial advice.
Exactly. That goes for the whole team. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'll start wrapping this up because it's been, almost an hour and 20 minutes now. Holy crap. Time flies. So, but yeah, first things first, thank you all for showing up. Thank you for the community for supporting us and being there for us and, just pitching in when you guys can. You guys are what make Pirate Chain amazing and a project that I love working for and helping build. It's just, the best community I've ever had the chance to interact with, hands down. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for all the team members and everybody here. And this is Drith signing out. Have a good day.